Here we have the Avenge 10 MT XLR from the brand Helion, or Helion, or Helion. I kind of like Helion because isn't that what we used to call the little bad kids growing up? The little Helions running around. So I think that's spelled with two L's though. Anyway, we have the Helion Avenge 10 MT XLR. It's a 110 scale 4-wheel drive, ready to run, off-road electric powered monster truck. It has the iconic ET3 Krypton. I never noticed that. Compatible with the Krypton protocol. What is that? I have to look into that. I think that might just be their receivers are called Krypton and the transmitters are called Iconic. I know their brushless equipment is called the Reactor. The Radiant Reactor is their brushless stuff, but I'm pretty positive it's just Hobbywing, which that's a common practice. The SC 10.3 also rebrands its Hobbywing equipment as Reedy. All-weather electronics. 4-wheel drive, of course. Oh, you've got apps. Scan to see the action. There's also a scanning area over here on the manual. I think you can find online manuals and stuff like that just with your phone, which is pretty cool. So what we got going on here? Where's the English? You've only got to look at it and you can almost see cars buckling under the wheels of the Helion Avenge 10 MT XLR. It's a 4-wheel drive monster truck with attitude, aggression, and earth-moving qualities of a bulldozer. Powerful, purposeful build. 4-pole 3300 kV. And this has the 7-cell. So let's look at some more of the box. Wheelbase 11.2. It's a little bit longer than a Stampede. I think a Stampede is under 11. I think it's like 10.8 or 7, 10.7. So it's probably about a half inch longer than a Stampede. Suggested LiPo 2S. Of course, we know I'm going to run 3S. I always run 3S on those 60 amp Hobbywing. Yeah, the 10BO60 will take a 3S. The 10BO50 will take 3S in 2-wheel drive rigs, and the 10BO60 will take a 3S in 4-wheel drive rigs, no problem. And here we have a 3652 3300 kV Hobbywing motor, but I don't think it comes equipped with that one anymore. I think the original ones had this style system, and then now they have a 3650. I don't think you get the extra 2mm, and that's a shame because the 3652 3300 is a torquey little motor. You wouldn't think so, but 2mm length on a can, you'll feel that. You really will. Going from a 3650 with the same amount of kV to the 3652, they just feel stronger. Maybe I'll luck out. Maybe I'll have that motor in, but I've seen recently in recent unboxing, it's not that motor anymore, and it is branded Iconic. So we've got a 9 kg servo, rigid molded shock towers, got the wheelie bar, of course. It's a modular design with a center differential, and I will be tuning that as we go. I'm pretty sure it's fine for 2S and nickel metal, but I might want to add a little bit thicker oil when running 3S, and depending on the tires I'm going to be using. These are a trencher style. People call them a trencher copy, but they really aren't. If you look closely, the trencher design is different. This is similar, but not the same, and they're staggered. These are not staggered, and they don't flip-flop like the trenchers do. And it's similar to a trencher, yes, but it's not the same. They're not knockoffs of a trencher. They're just similar. A lot of companies do that. Even in the real world, you have tire compounds that feel and look very similar from different companies. Anyway, here is the brushless system I was talking about. I don't think you get a 3652 anymore, which is a shame because I really like those motors. I run them in a few of my cars. They're great for 10 scale. The 3300 kV doesn't seem like much, but with that extra length in the can, it is perfect for four-wheel drive 10 scale trucks. Anyway, guys, let's open this thing up. We've got the LEDs. We've got the LEDs. It is a nickel metal. One thing I forgot to mention, you do have your endpoint adjustments right here on the transmitter. You don't have to go into the settings on the ESC to program them, although you still can. But EPA is right here. I'll show you in a minute. It's a really nice box. Run wild. It's actually a really nice box. So we've got here, this is going to be your transmitter, of course. It's the same one from my previous unboxing. And they're good. And let me show you real quick. Right here you've got EPA for your low, your high EPA. And then you got your dual rates here. And then channels bind, and then another third channel. Pretty good stuff. Put that one on that side. I have to mark number 1 and number 2 on that. Another charger, nickel metal. Batteries must be inside the rig. All right. These are sticky. Those are sticky compound right there. The trencher lookalikes, the similar trenchers, they're sticky. All right, I like the looks of this one. Let's put her in the sun. So you can see that it's got like a little carbon fiber-ish graphic throughout. It looks good. Here's the wheelie bar. It's fully adjusted. You can tell that this material is good. That has a nice look to that material. This material reminds me of the TRF 201 material. It looks very similar. The team associated material looks like this one too a lot. It's rigid. It's rigid, but it's reinforced. But you got lights. We've got lights here. We've got lights here in the front as well. That's really cool. These shock guards look great. We've got thick hinge pins braces. We've got nice looking A-arms. There is sway bars, front and rear. Let me see. You see those sway bars? It's got telescoping composite drive shafts. And I mentioned earlier that they're not selling these anymore. I'm thinking Traxxas sued them over those. So they discontinued those, but they do make an upgraded hardened steel CVD. And also, like I said, Traxxas ones would fit and ECX ones would fit also. But if you're going ECX, you're going to want to go with the HD, the upgraded HD ECX ones. They're much better than stock. Anyway, yeah, it's got sway bars in the rear as well. Fully adjustable links. It's got some faux dump down or turn down exhaust pipes right there. That's cool. Let's flip this back over. So it's got these. It's that's cool. And modular, so that's a pretty good design. Even though it is exposed, it is modular. This front clip comes out and this rear clip comes out. Pretty cool. And these are nice. They're foam filled and they're sticky. What do they call them? Multi-terrain Helion Avenge. Nice. Let's get into this thing. I like the look of this. I almost bought the brushed one, but I wanted the sway bars and the turnbuckles. And I wasn't sure like the fluid in the center diff. So, oh yeah, this is a good body. This is not cheap. This is actually a pretty good body. This one was pretty good as well. This is a decent body, especially for $100. So the first thing you're going to notice is that it's covered, and that is a good feature. Although the cover on this one is necessary, it's not as necessary as it is on other rigs that have exposed drive shafts, because you will see this drive shaft is encapsulated. So it's in there. So this, keeping the debris out of here, mainly just kind of helps keep stuff out of your fan and your ESC. Because you know you get sticks and stuff in that fan, and it'll burn that motor out, and you'll have to change that fan if you catch it in time and you don't burn your ESC out. But stuff like the Arma setup with the drive shaft exposed, then this is a good option. But with this rig, I don't think it's necessary, unless you're just trying to keep it clean. But stuff with exposed drive shafts where things can get lodged in here and in there, stuff will get lodged in here and there, and then your drive shaft spins and you cause damage to it. Even with a metal drive shaft, like on the Traxxas stuff, same thing happens. But Traxxas does offer, you know, optional covers for your center shafts. This is pretty cool. You've got a little access port here for your center diff. Anyway, it's got the reactor system like I thought. It's a smaller can. That's a 3650. It doesn't have the 3652 like it had before. So I would say this might have a little less torque than prior. I can't really tell you. I have to drive this motor and see. It might be fine, but I know the 3652 Hobbywing can is a good one. Still the same ESC, branded as a Radiant, but that is a Hobbywing 10BL60. Yep, pretty nice. Servo seems okay. Suspension seems good. The rear might need a little bit of tuning. Probably adjust these down a little bit. It's pretty cool. They fully adjustable. Oops. Fully adjustable body mounts. Fully adjustable shocks. Threaded collars. They are composite, but they look like they're made out of a good composite, you know? This whole truck looks like it's made out of good composite material. Not overly flexible. Let's try the chassis. Oh yeah, this chassis doesn't hardly flex at all. You can see the fibers in this. You can see the fiber blending in this. It looks good. It looks real good. Got your receiver box here. It is weatherproof. I'm not sure if it would be waterproof. Of course, all these are exposed. You would want to cover those if you're going to be going in any kind of deep water. You've got your 7-cell. It's only 1800 milliamp. It's probably got decent power, but it's not going to run for very long. It's Dean's. You've got your center diff here. People thought it was a slipper, but it is not. It has a center differential. And the servo is a high torque, and it's the 9 kg. So that's pretty cool. And of course, you've got, like I said, the sway bars, adjustable turnbuckles. This is a nice looking rig. For $200 for a brushless rig, this is quality. Now, I'm going to probably take this motor and put it in there. And I think I'll have an OC Day 60 amp to run it. And I am going to put a OC Day 4300 kV motor here. So we'll go from 3300 kV to 4300 kV, still with the same ESC, and this motor will be in here. So after I do some testing, that's what I'm going to end up doing. So I'll run this on the nickel metal, I'll run this on the 2S, and then I will run this on 3S, and I will pull this motor out, put it in here, put the 4300 when it comes. I have it on order. I have a couple systems on order. And then I will also probably play with the center differential oil just a bit, and maybe just a little bit thicker. So yeah, you have these pivot screws here that go here for your wheelie bar. So put that on. Man, these tires are nice. These tires are nice. Okay, guys. Let me get some batteries charged. These take forever. It's only like a 0.5 amp charger it comes with. It's not even a 1 amp charger. I think I might have a 1 amp or a better nickel metal charger, but the 6 cell took 3 hours yesterday, and I know you guys want to see it run stock, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to charge it. It might be 3 hours from now, but we're going to run nickel metal, we're going to run 2S, and we're going to run 3S. And from what I've gathered, this thing is a wheelie machine. Yeah, that's better right there. Just need a little bit of adjusting. That's almost perfect. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the suspension. I'm impressed with the sway bars. Oh yeah. Let's drop it. Oh yeah, it's going to handle some pretty decent sized jumps as well. Yes, I wanted a short wheelbase 10 scale, and this is pretty nice. The Granite and the 4S Outcast chassis is a lot longer than this, even though it's shorter than the other, like the Centon and the Big Rock. It's still longer than this by a noticeable amount. I'll look into those later. But let me get this charged, okay, guys? And we're gonna go have some fun. I'm probably just gonna run this in the yard for the first test run on nickel metal, on 2S and on 3S, and then the next few days we'll get out there and we'll run 3S and hit some jumps and bash a little bit. And I'll do the same with this one. I put different tires in the rear, got some K-Force Racing in the rear, so it should be a lot better. The only problem on the street with these, when I was running 3S on the brush system, I didn't catch it at all on camera. Something was wrong with my camera adjustment yesterday, but it would just slide. You hit the brakes and it would just slide out of control. So I did hit the curb. No damage really. Little scratches on the wheel and a couple of scratches over there. And I did back into the curb though. If you notice, I backed into the curb on that video. That's going to be posted here in a second. And I actually took a chunk of curb out. Look closely on that one and you'll see. And this is all that happened here and there. And this thing is such a good design. It just it has a hinge and it flexes. And I slammed backward. I was spinning out of control, slammed backward into the curb, and you'll see a piece of curb chunk fly out. And this is the only damage. Pretty cool stuff. I'm impressed with Helion plastic materials so far. I mean, are there plastic materials that are completely unbreakable? No, that's a given. Everything is going to break. Metal will bend, but to have quality composites is a plus, and these two both have it. This one's got a little bit more flexible, and this one's got a little bit more. Well, the front's flexible, but the shock towers are pretty rigid. The body posts are flexible. Shock towers are pretty rigid. This chassis is rigid. It's nice, and this body, I like the looks of this body. I really do. It's like a Ford F-150 similar. So. Pretty cool. Let's get a look right here. Oh, I didn't mount that yet. Let's get a look at the suspension. Looks pretty good to me, guys. Feels good. Could always do a little bit of adjusting. There she is, Helion Avenge 10 MT XLR. All right, guys. Peace. Mention it does have a full metal running gear. It's got fluid filled diffs, 3 of them. Fluid filled rear, center, and front. Full metal drivetrain as well. The only thing I think that is composite stock is the spur gear. All right, guys. Peace.